XDefiant has a lot of amazing potential. The beta felt very solid, but there are definitely more things that they could do for the game. And today I wanted to go over 5 things that I really want to see in XDefiant. If you guys are interested in XDefiant, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. There is going to be plenty more content on the way, but with that being said, let's get stuck right into it. Now, the first thing on the list for me, and this might sound very weird to a lot of people, but the first thing is a very good monetization system. Now, I think for a game that is free to play, this is an absolute must. If you don't monetize your game properly and the game is free, then obviously there is no money coming in, therefore they can't pay the developers to keep supporting the game, and at that point you've just got a dead project that is going to die within 6 to 12 months. Now, when I say a good monetization system, that does not mean pay to win. That is something that I'm very, very against, and it shouldn't even be a system where you kind of have to spend money, even if it's not pay to win. A good monetization system generally means you don't have to spend any money if you don't want to, but they put things in the game that you probably want to buy, whether that be cool skins or weapon cameras and stuff like that, to where people feel like they want to buy them, but you don't have to if you don't want to or you can't afford it. And doing it that way means that they are still going to generate a lot of money from people who want to buy those skins or even battle passes and stuff like that, but it's not a must. And I think that is the very important element to this. You can't have a monetization system where people have to spend money. I think that is absolutely needed for a game like this, because like I said, if the monetization isn't there, they will essentially tank and it will die within 6 to 12 months. If there's plenty of monetization, but it is kind of stuff that you have to buy, for example, pay to win stuff, or even just like you have to pay for certain stuff that will make you feel like you're really missing out if you don't, that is also not a good thing, because it makes people kind of resent the monetization. It has to be that perfect balance of having stuff that is essentially just being purchased because it's so cool. So having really, really cool skins that people can buy, but again, you don't have to if you don't want to. And there has to be ways to unlock stuff in the game as well that is completely for free. There has to be unlockable skins that are just from playtime, just from doing certain challenges and stuff. And I think all of those things in combination will result in a good monetization system, which is absolutely necessary for a game like this. Now, next on the list is more game modes. There are 5 confirmed for launch as far as I'm aware. There were 5 in the beta as well, and although they were all fairly solid, I definitely think we need to see more. Now, they've mentioned there will be more, so that is essentially confirmed, but how many more we don't actually know. And I hope it's not just like 1 per season or something like that. I hope that we do get plenty of different game modes, especially when it comes to limited time modes as well. Those are something that generally can generate a fair bit of hype within the community, and so generally just more game modes, but especially limited time modes, are something that I really, really want to see. And like I said, they have confirmed there are more on the way, so that is definitely a good sign already. Now, next up is also something that is confirmed, but whether or not it is good, we will just have to wait and see. This is a ranked mode. Now, I don't just want any ranked mode, I want a good ranked mode. There are plenty of games out there that have ranked, and to be honest, they just aren't that interesting. There's no actual benefit to playing ranked. Call of Duty has had ranked for a few years now, and honestly, I just do not care for it whatsoever. And if they're gonna have ranked mode in XDefiant, which like I said, they've confirmed that will be in there in season 1 of the game, then it needs to have something to it that actually makes me want to play it. For me, I think having some sort of like incentive to play, for example, actual benefits, so you get really cool skins or camos when you reach a certain rank, having seasonal stuff where it's like if you don't reach a certain rank by the end of the season, then that specific item is gone forever, for example. That is going to incentivize people to play it. I remember playing a lot of Rocket League back in the day, and they had similar stuff to that, where if you wanted this certain item that was unlocked, for example, in the diamond rank, well, you had to get to diamond before that season ended, or it would be gone forever. You can eventually trade stuff in Rocket League, so it's maybe a bit different, but I think having stuff like that is very, very cool when it comes to a shooter. I know for myself, if they had a really cool like weapon camo that you had to hit a certain tier to get, and after that season's done, it's gone forever, I know for a fact that I would be absolutely grinding the hell out of ranked, trying to get those camos or get those skins. And I think doing something like that is what will contribute to a very good ranked mode. Like I said, if it's just ranked and there's no actual benefit to getting to the highest rank, then who even cares? If it's just like XP or whatever they do and it doesn't actually matter that much, then for me personally, I just don't really care. I'll probably just go play casual and just try and sweat on a bunch of noobs. But if there's actually a benefit for me playing ranked, then I know for a fact I will definitely be spending a lot more time in ranked than I do in casual. Now, next on the list is some crazy new factions. I've actually got a video coming up on this soon, so there's going to be a lot more, I guess, depth in that video itself. But obviously we know the game has a faction system and there's a bunch of factions in the game already, but there's been a lot of talks about stuff like Avatar and Assassin's Creed factions that people want to see in the game. And I actually do hope they get a little bit crazy with the factions. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is a Ubisoft game that's coming out very soon, and it will be essentially a shooter. It's not really like a typical shooter, but technically speaking, when you play the game, you will be playing like a first-person shooter type of game. So that does make sense that you could actually see some Avatar stuff in XDefiant. We know that XDefiant is pretty much taking their factions from all of their other games, and I don't see any reason they can't do that with a game like Avatar. I know to some people that will probably be a little bit wacky and maybe too far, but for me personally, I do actually really hope they get pretty crazy with the factions, as long as they aren't, you know, too out there. But then again, if I'm happy with Avatar, I don't know how much more out there they could get, to be honest. So I really hope we do see stuff like that. The game isn't really trying to be serious or realistic. It's not trying to be like a mill sim, so I don't see any reason we can't see some pretty wacky stuff in there, as long as obviously they are balanced and they don't look too stupid. The thing with avatars is that they are way taller than humans, so if there's actual avatars in the game, that would maybe look a bit stupid because they're like 2.5 meters tall, for example. So they've obviously got to get the balance right there, but I think getting a bit wacky with the factions would be very, very fun. Now, the last thing is a little bit smaller, but this is more to do with the creator tools, for example, a photo mode and even a weapon inspection. Now, this one is definitely a bit more just for myself or just for other creators out there. Most people probably could not care less about weapon inspection or even a photo mode, but I personally love when games have those sorts of things, not only from a creator perspective, obviously it helps with making thumbnails and all that kind of thing, but I do also really enjoy when you get a brand new skin, something that's really cool, for example, like a weapon camo, and you want to be able to inspect that. I think that they absolutely should add something like that into the game. Call of Duty's done it for years. So many other shooters out there have done it, and usually it just literally takes one button to implement some sort of weapon inspection. So that one is definitely a bit smaller. It's not going to ruin the game if they don't have it or anything like that. But I think those sort of, I guess, creator tools, a photo mode and stuff like that, I think that definitely benefits the game, not only for creators, but even just for regular players being able to check out your skins and stuff like that, taking cool screenshots. I think everyone generally tends to enjoy that kind of thing. But with that being said, I'm keen to hear your thoughts on what you guys want to see in the game, so be sure to let me know down in the comment section. And if you guys are interested in just general gaming, be sure to go and check out my new gaming channel, Summybird Gaming. I'm currently covering Starfield over there, but there's going to be plenty of different games covered on that channel, and I will be doing a setup tour once we hit 1k subscribers, so be sure to go and check that out. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you all out there on the battlefield.